Welcome to another episode of Extracting Wisdom. Today, I'm going to help you jumpstart your junior year and your application to dental school. Stick around. Thank you once again for tuning in to the podcast. My name is Brandon Evert, and we have a great episode here for you today. We're going to be talking about your junior year and the application cycle to dental school. So this episode's going to be a little different. I'm going to start off by talking and telling you about what things you need to have done by the time June 1st rolls around, which is the date that the application to dental school goes live. And then after I'm done talking, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes that will link you to a video of me taking you through my personal dental school application so you have an idea of what it looks like and the information that you're going to need to best prepare you for the application process and the application cycle. So, as you go through your junior year and June 1st rapidly approaches, here's some of the things that you're going to want to have done before the application comes out. That way, you're going to have it ready to go to copy and paste right into your application, and you're not going to have to worry about doing any of these things while the application is live, which will save you a lot of time and get your application in as early as possible. The first thing you're going to need is 4 letters of recommendation sitting in your Interfolio account. If you are not familiar with Interfolio or are not quite sure of what requirements need to be met, head on back to episode number 3 and give that a listen. I discuss all of the specifics regarding letters of recommendation, how to get them, and the best way to store them, which is interfolio.com. So if you haven't listened to that, go check it out. Now, the next thing you need to have done by the time June 1st rolls around are your 100 plus hours of shadowing and your community service hours. Now, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to transfer this information into your dental school application, as you will see in the video that I'm going to link at the end. If you log all of these in some sort of journal, keep track of the name of the dentist you shadowed, how many hours, the dates, and some things that you learned along the way, because the application will ask you to write a little paragraph about what you learned or the things you saw with that particular dentist. And the same goes for the community service hours that you have completed. Okay, and the next biggest thing that you want to have done before June 1st is your personal statement. And I haven't hit on this too much in previous episodes, so this is going to be something new that I haven't talked about yet. So your personal statement, you are limited to 4,500 characters. So you can't exceed 4,500 characters, and you want to answer a couple of basic questions. And that is who you are as a person and why do you want to be a dentist? And don't just say that the reason you want to go into dentistry is because it was fate or is your destiny. That is very cliche, and I can guarantee you that an admissions board for a dental school will toss your application out because they really want to know the real reason why you want to go into dentistry. So your personal statement should include your experience or your experiences that led you to choose dentistry as a career. And be honest, be open, and most importantly, be creative. Being creative is going to help your application stand out. Dental schools are very competitive to get into, so the more creative and the more true to yourself you are, the greater chance you have to get in. And really make sure that your personal statement is a great depiction of who you are, because you might not know it, but it's actually one of the most important aspects of your application, and that's what they're really going to look at when determining if they want to bring you in for an interview. So here are a couple other things that you want to make sure you have in your personal statement. Make sure you mention your GPA, your major, your minor, and who you are outside of the classroom and what extracurricular activities that you are involved in addition to telling your story about your journey to choosing dentistry as your future career. Now, if you want to look at my personal statement that I wrote to help me get into dental school, head on over to Amazon and check out the book I just published called The Ultimate Pre-Dental Guide. This guide has tips for taking the DAT, interviews, the application cycle, and I even include an AADSAS application checklist to make sure that you have everything that you need to have done prior to June 1st. That's going to help you fill out that application and submit that application as fast as possible to give you the best chance of successful dental school admission and getting you one step closer to your dream career in dentistry. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I transition over to the video is your transcripts. Transcripts are the thing that are going to slow your application down the most. And that's because they take a week or two for your school to process and mail out, and then a week or two for AADSAS, it's the company that processes the dental school applications, to receive them and verify them. So it is paramount that you get these things off as fast as possible as soon as the application opens up. In order to make sure that everything runs smoothly and you can get your application in nice and early, is talk to either your registrar's office or your student center, whoever is in charge of your transcripts. Talk to them before June 1st and come up with a game plan on exactly how you're going to get your transcripts to where they need to go. Now, it's important to take note that when the application opens, there's going to be a form that you're going to need to download called the matching form. This form is what's going to need to go on top of your transcript when it gets sent off to AADSAS. So it's important that you take this form or download this form and get it to whoever takes care of your transcripts. So when they mail that package out, that matching form is on top, because that's what's going to link your transcript to your application. And one last thing, I want to mention this. You might be wondering where the DAT falls into all of this, and I will be sure to make a whole separate episode on this, but I just wanted to give you a quick little tip, and that is when you sign up for the DAT, you'll be asked which schools you want to send your score to, and I recommend just send it to all of them. There's no price difference when you sign up for the test to send your score to one school as opposed to all of them. And if you're somebody who's not quite sure of which schools you want to apply to, keep all of your options open and just send that score off to all the schools. Now, if you don't do this, that is okay, but your score won't be automatically uploaded to your application. What you're then going to have to do is log back into your account and send off your scores to the specific schools that you're applying for. It's just a little way to cut out the middleman and a way to do a little less work and still achieve the same result. So I'm going to do a whole episode on the DAT. Do not worry, but I just wanted to let you guys know about this because it pertains to the application cycle. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave a link in the show notes that's going to take you to a YouTube video. And in that YouTube video, I'm going to take you on a tour of my personal application and give you some further information about the application process. But it is important to know that if you can have your letters of recommendation done, your shadowing and community service hours done, your personal statement already drafted and ready to go, and have a game plan with your school about getting your transcripts to AADSAS, you're going to be golden. All you're going to have to do then is just copy and paste everything into your application, and you're going to be good to go. So that's going to do it for me for this podcast. I will see you in the video. I'm going to leave the link in the show notes, and I'm going to take you on a tour of my application. All right, well, thank you very much for listening. I'm going to see you in the video after you click the link. My name is Brandon Evert, signing out.